New York style, Chicago deep dish, Detroit style, each one crafted perfectly to suit our taste buds. It does seem like pizza was born in America, doesn't it? But that is, in fact, not the case. So where did this delicious slice of greatness actually come from? Stick around, or better yet, take a walk with me as we head back to where the magic first happened. After all, life isn't about finding yourself, it's about finding pizza. It wasn't always the delightful combination of crispy crust, gooey cheese, and endless toppings we know today. When I say humble, I mean really humble. Long before it was pizza, it started as a humble flatbread topped with olive oil or a sprinkle of herbs. But the pizza we know today didn't take shape until the 18th century in Naples. Back then, the city was overflowing with poor folks, known as the Lazzaroni, and they needed something cheap and easy to eat. Street vendors selling pizza by the slice, priced for every budget. The toppings were pizza was about to rise to legendary status. In 1889, Naples rolled out the red carpet for some royal visitors, King Umberto I and Queen Margherita of Savoy, after yet another rich meal. They craved something a little more local, something with real Italian flair. This is exactly when Pizzeria Brandi's chef, Raffaele Esposito, and his wife stepped into the scene and decided to treat the royal couple. Esposito whipped up 3 different pizzas for them to sample, but one in particular caught the Queen's attention. This one was topped with tomatoes, mozzarella, and basil. Simple but striking, with the colors of the Italian flag on full display, red, white, and green. Now, while pizzas like this had been around for a few decades, Queen Margherita gave this one her royal stamp of approval, and, well, the name stuck. Pizza Margherita was born. It didn't hurt that the Queen was so thrilled with this new treat that she sent Esposito a thank you letter, which can still be seen in the restaurant today. Yes, even centuries later, her note hangs proudly as a slice of pizza history. But the Queen's love for this peasant dish didn't just create a namesake pie, it helped elevate pizza's status. Though it didn't exactly become an overnight sensation across Italy, that would come later anyway, Queen Margherita's fondness for the pizza gave it some serious street cred. Fast forward to today, and the combination of tomatoes and cheese has become the foundation of nearly every pizza menu worldwide. So in a way, we've all got a little bit of Queen Margherita to thank whenever we bite into a cheesy slice. Pizza didn't just stroll into the US like some VIP. It kind of sneaked in with thousands of Italian immigrants between 1880 and 1920. At first, pizza was like that local band only telling it to friends and enjoying this tasty little secret. But then came Gennaro Lombardi in 1905, who stepped things up a notch by opening America's first ever pizzeria in New York City. Right there in Little Italy, the legend of Lombardi's was born, and believe it or not, it's still slinging pies to this day. But Lombardi's on the scene, pizza didn't immediately become the superstar it is now. Things really started cooking after World War II. You see, when American soldiers were still obsessed. These guys came home dreaming about pizza, among other things, of course, so pizza parlors started popping up everywhere, and suddenly this little Italian specialty was transforming into the American dream on a plate. The 1940s and 50s saw a pizza explosion. Places like New York's Lombardi's were no longer the exception. They were just the beginning. As the pizza fever spread, America did what it does best. It added a little flair, and soon enough, regional pizza styles were born. Crispy, perfect for folding and eating on the go, just out like mozzarella confetti. That's the New York way. The sauce got a bit of an upgrade too, with cooked tomatoes, garlic, olive oil, and enough spices to give your taste buds a mini vacation. And if you ask any New Yorker why their pizza is the best, they'll tell you it's because of the dive into it. And thus, deep dish pizza was born. Thick, buttery crusts, mountains of cheese, and layers of chunky tomato sauce that require a fork, knife, and maybe a nap. A pair of restaurateurs in Chicago planned to open a Mexican restaurant, but after a run-in with a bad enchilada, they pivoted to pizza. And then there's Detroit, where they did pizza their own way too. In 1946, a Detroit bar owner used his wife's Sicilian family recipe and made pizza in a rectangular pan. The result was a crispy-edged, thick-crust pizza with the cheese all baked into the dough, giving it this caramelized edge that's basically the holy grail of pizza crust. The kind of pie that makes you rethink pizza altogether. Then, out in California, things got a little, well, California. Instead of sticking to the makeover that wasn't for everyone, but it definitely added some wild twists to the pizza world. Let's talk about the concept came about in the 1970s when a pizza chain figured, why stop at 1 or 2 toppings when you can throw everything on? Sausage, pepperoni, onions, peppers, and whatever else was lying around. If it could fit on the pie, it went on. Honest, we all love sometimes. Today, supreme pizzas are still on the menus everywhere, showing that pizza lovers can't say no to more of everything. Pizza's rise didn't stop there. The 60s and 70s saw the arrival of big-name pizza chains like Domino's and Pizza Hut, which introduced America to pizza delivery. Suddenly, you didn't have to go anywhere for a slice. Pizza in grocery stores, pizza became a household staple, ready to go and never a craving hit. And the rest of the world caught on, of course. Italy and America might have started the pizza craze, but the rest of the world was ready. And each country decided to bring their own toppings and twists to the table. Seriously, while we're over here debating deep dish versus thin crust, other places are doing things to pizza you wouldn't believe. Let's start with France. You'd think they'd keep it simple, but no. The French are all about fancying it up. Take pizza saladière, for example. Forget mozzarella, they're topping their pizzas with caramelized onions and anchovies, bringing that rustic Mediterranean vibe. And if you're lucky, you might even spot some of their local cheeses make an appearance. Then there's Brazil, where pizza is practically a national treasure. In Sao Paulo, they're going crazy with toppings like catupiry cheese and heart of palm. What's even more beautiful is that they even have an official pizza day in July. It's like Brazil saw what Italy and the US were doing and said, hold my beer. How about Japan? If you think mayo and corn don't belong on pizza, Japan will change your mind. They've got pizzas with squid, shrimp, and because why not? And India? Oh, they're in on the action too. Instead of your typical pepperoni. And the crust, it's not always the traditional one, food heaven. South Korea, though, they took pizza and added a little sweetness. Ever had a pizza with a sweet potato mousse? No? Well, that's a thing, and somehow it works. They've even managed to sneak honey into the mix. In Korea, pizza's like an unpredictable roller coaster for your taste buds. Spicy, sweet, savory, all in one bite. Meanwhile, over in Australia, they're throwing prawns and even kangaroos onto their pizza because, well, why not? If you're not feeling adventurous, no worries. They've got all the classics, but with a signature Aussie barbecue sauce twist. And that's just the tip of the pizza iceberg. It's a wild, delicious world out there, and pizza has managed to conquer it, one creative, mouth-watering pie at a time. No matter where you go, you'll find us. Also, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next one.